Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self-realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring Srimad Bhagavad Gita, commentaries by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. We are currently starting chapter 13 today and from shloka number 1. So beautiful, profound chapters. We just completed chapter 12, which was yoga of devotion, bhakti yoga, and this chapter 13 is called Kshetra Kshetragya Vibhag Yoga, the field and the knower of the field, meaning the farmer is different from his farm. And we will learn about these subtle details in this chapter, starting from shloka 1. Arjuna Vacha. Arjun had been listening to God about the true devotee. So here he asks, Arjuna Vacha Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Kshetram Kshetragyameva Cha Etat Veditubmichhami Jnanam Geyam Cha Keshava. Arjuna said, I wish to learn the distinction between Prakriti, which is matter, and Purusha, which is spirit. Kshetra, the field, and Kshetragya, the knower of the field, and also between knowledge and that which is to be known, O Keshava. So beautiful questions from Arjuna. Now that he's been listening to Lord Krishna, he's becoming introspective, incisive, and he has more hunger. He needs to know more. So God answers, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramityabhidhiyate Etadyo Veti Tam Prahu Kshetragya iti tadvidaha. The blessed Lord said, O Kaunteya Arjuna, this body is known as the field or Kshetra, and the one who knows this field is the knower of the field or Kshetragya. Thus do the sages affirm who have delved into the nature of both. So Lord Krishna begins with a beautiful response that we are the body, part of our body of us that we call me identity. The body part is like the farm, not the farmer, the farm. And the farmer who works on the body is the Atman, consciousness. And he is the one who is known as the knower of the field, Kshetragya. Moving on to Shloka 2. Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata kshetra kshetragyor jnanam yattadjnanam matam mama. Know me as the knower of the field in all beings. O Arjuna, knowing the distinction between the field and the knower of the field is deemed by me as true knowledge. So here God is saying, I reside within you as your consciousness. In everybody, everything that changes, moves, and is transient and moves through life and death has that consciousness where God is saying, I am that knower of the field. I am the farmer within you. Moving on to shloka number 3. Kshetratram yaccha yadrakcha yadvikari yatascha yat sacha yo yat prabhavascha tat samasena me shrunu. Hear from me summarily, in summary form, what is the field, what is its nature, what are its modifications, and from where it emanates, and also what is the nature of the knower of the field and what is his power. So God is answering this in very beautiful way, that all these attributes of the Prakriti, nature, and Purush, consciousness, have to be fully understood. Shloka number 4. Rishi भिर्बहुधा गीतं छन्दोभिर्विविधे पृथक् ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैश्चैव हेतुं भक्तिर्विनिश्चितेः. This knowledge pertaining to kshetra and kshetragya, meaning the field and the knower of the field, has been sung by sages in various ways, distinctly stated in different Vedic hymns, and also expressed in the well reasoned aphorisms of the Brahma Sutras. So, God is saying, I am giving you this knowledge with enough evidence from our scriptures, from the Brahma Sutras, and the same knowledge has been stated in the Vedas and other scriptures in different ways. So, in other words, God is trying to tell Arjuna that don't just take my word for it. This has been clearly established in many other places. Shloka number 5. Mahabhutaya hankaro buddhiravyaktameva cha indriyani dashaikam cha panchachendriya gocharaha. The great elements, the ego principle, the intellect, and the non manifest, the 10 indriyas, 5 senses, and 5 organs of action, the mind, and the 5 objects of the senses. So, here God is showing us basically what Prakriti or nature is made up of, and that is, of course, our ego, our intellect, and the 10 senses, 5 senses of perception, 5 of action, and then our mind, of course, and then the 5 objects: sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. So all these are coming under the Prakriti. Moving on to Shloka 6. Ichha dveshah sukham dukkham sangatashchetana dhriti etat kshetram samasena savikaramudahrtam. Desire, hatred, pleasure, pain, the aggregate of the body and the senses, consciousness, fortitude. This, in brief, is the field along with its modifications. So, here God is giving all the attributes like desire. We live in this world for acquiring things, doing things, but we also face hatred and pleasure and pain. So here God is saying all these are the aggregate that make up the body and the senses, and all this is in brief the field and the modifications. Then Lord moves on to the next shloka number 7. Amanitva adambhitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham स्थैर्यमात्मा vinigraha. So here God is going to give us 20 qualifications of what he calls true knowledge. Everything else he considers as unreal or untrue. So these 20 therefore become very important. That starts with shloka number 7. Absence of pride, amanitvam, no pride. Absence of hypocrisy. People say something, do something else, preach but not practice. So all that stuff is considered um, adambhitvam, amanitvam, etc. So then non-violence, ahimsa meaning respect every life in thought, form, and deed. Forbearance, uprightness, be who you are, be genuine. Service of the preceptor, serve the guru, the teacher who guides you and gives you this knowledge. So because through that guru's grace we get um, much more than what we could do on our own. We get the gist, we get the direction, and through our effort, of course, we have to still work hard for it, but that Guru, his grace becomes like a boat that helps us cross this ocean. So the scriptures say we should serve the Guru, service to the preceptor, purity. Purity is thought and deed, not just pure body, but also pure mind, pure intellect, purification within, steadfastness. Once we decide to do something, don't be shaky, then be firm, complete it, and then self control. Self control meaning controlling our senses, having the discipline. These are all indications of knowledge, God says. They are all part of it and needed. Shloka number 8. Indriyartheshu vairagyam man ahankar aiva cha janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarshanam. Dispassion towards the objects of the senses, absence of egoism, and reflecting upon the evils associated with birth, death, old age, disease, and pain. So here God is trying to bring in us vairagya. Vairagya means dispassion, meaning look at this world as a temporary phase, a temporary abode for all of us. Since we have to leave this place, we should not get overly entangled in it. Some people just love to do worldly things all the time. So here God is saying, if our house is on fire, would we be enjoying? No, we would be trying to extinguish that fire. And that's what God is indirectly guiding us, that our body is also on fire, and at one point it will be exhausted. So let us figure out a way to find an escape route, otherwise we'll be caught in birth and death again. So dispassion towards the sense objects is a great way to get vairagya, so we can turn our direction towards spirituality. Absence of egoism, otherwise we do small things and we think we have accomplished so much that our ego swells up. So God says, don't do that, don't swell your ego. And reflecting upon the evils associated, every day God says, think about all the painful things like birth, death, old age, disease, pain. Why? Because God wants us to remind ourselves every single day that what this world appears to is not actually. Don't run after pleasure, because pain is coming right behind you. Old age, death, disease, at birth, all are painful. So God is saying, why not then terminate this cycle and then be free? So that's the import and the essence of this shloka. And we will start the next shloka, shloka number 9, in tomorrow's satsang. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Hari Om Tat Sat.